James Wilkinson escapes with minor injuries after being hit by bus which crashed into house. A cyclist who escaped serious injury after being hit by a bus shortly before it crashed into the side of the house has said that the phone in his back pocket could have helped prevent a potentially life-changing spinal injury. James Wilkinson was hit by the bus on Friday evening after the driver lost control and crashed into a house, suffering cuts and bruises as well as a chipped vertebrae, but said that doctors told him that having his phone in his back pocket could have helped to prevent much more serious damage to his lower spine. Greater than Cyclist only discovered his bike had been stolen after police shared photo of recovered bike on Facebook. Not many cyclists get hit by a bus and survive, let alone walk again on the same night. Mr. Wilkinson told Gloucestershire Live. The women who did the scan at hospital told me my phone protected the lower part of my spine. She said I could have been paralyzed. I wasn't able to walk until about midnight. I felt so lucky. Coincidentally, Mr. Wilkinson, himself a bus driver for another company, said that he had spent the day doing training on how bus drivers should look out for cyclists before going for a 25-mile bike ride when the crash occurred. I felt this massive whack from behind. Mr. Wilkinson continued. My first thought was, who is that hitting me? I smashed down on the floor, then I saw the bus smash into the building. Police told Mr. Wilkinson that he had been thrown onto the bus's windscreen before falling off it shortly before the bus crashed into the house in Presbury, Gloucestershire. Greater than cyclist narrowly escapes drowning after being pushed into Manchester Canal by a complete psychopath. He was then taken to hospital by ambulance, and was discharged a few hours later but is still suffering from the after effects a few days later. My back and shoulders are really stiff, he continued. I had to have a horrible salt bath yesterday. I need help getting into bed and I can't lay down without it hurting. I haven't been able to sleep properly. People talk about psychological damage. It will be a while before it all sinks in. 3 other people, including the bus driver, were injured in the crash, with the driver suffering serious injuries but being described as being in a stable condition in hospital.